Rated Extreme! 4 leagues, 3 races, 2 commentators, 1 trophy! Starring WWRL, 2SRL, RCR, and SLR!
Go, 5 lights, and away we go. Edge on pole position. Off they go, and I see he's got a decent start there. Edge got a very good one. He's clear into turn 1. Into 3rd place by the looks of it goes Silver.
Oh, and there's a car off. It's not Thomas into the wall. He lost a bit of his front wing.
There's all sorts of fun and games going on into the fast chicane there. Rev. Oh, and Ocean Jeep get together, and off goes Ocean into the wall. Edge,
he's getting into the nose.
About a half a second ahead of Sergio. Sergio's running a little bit wide, hitting the wall on the inside. That was a big impact. I'm not sure whether it got any of the front wing. It looked like he might have been alright. Very close now. Copy having to go to the outside of Bams as they run through turn 8 absolutely side by side. And I think he might just have this sort of side by side on the exit. They're going to be side by side, I think, all the way up towards the far chicane. Who's going to blink here? Bams on the outside, Copy on the inside. Bams. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the long-awaited Extreme Rivals tournament. I'm Terror Incognita. Here in a second will be 2SRL Thimo for the commentary of this one, but I am pretty excited to be bringing you this. You are here already. How's it going, Thimo?
It's going fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to the race.
Yep, me too. So just to give you the lowdown of exactly what we have here, we have 4 leagues, 5 drivers per league, of course. The 4 leagues in question are SLR, and we normally bring you commentary of SLR on a Saturday, 2SRL, and we normally bring you that on a Sunday, and then also WWRL and RCR as well. So 4 leagues, 5 drivers for each. For SLR, we have Hugo's, we have Copy, we have Hartzer, we have Anonymous, and who is the 4th SLR driver? Is it Speedy? It might be Speedy. So they're the 5 SLR drivers. For 2SRL we have Bants, we have Jeremy Peters, we have Tipsy, we have Silver, and who's the other one I'm missing there? Copy
actually,
is the SLR driver and Speedy is the 2SRL
Speedy
driver.
Is for 2SRL.
There you go. So yeah.
Sorry for that.
That's alright. So WWRL we have Big Chungus, I think is his name. Light Cruiser.
It's Kazi.
Oh, I see. Okay. Light Cruiser Satoshi Smeltino and Effective as well. And then for RCR we have Michael, we have Cryzeno, we have Jason, we have Ruthful. So sorry, go on.
No, it's I had some noises in the background. There were some voices, but I think someone talked in voice chat, so it was a bit.
Okay, I think it's only the 2 of us. So, but yeah, so
lobby.
Okay, so Silverstone first of all, and then we will also have Spa and Suzuka as these 3 25% races. All of the usual rules apply. I think are we on strict? It's not on strict at the moment. Okay, it's not on strict at the moment. Could you actually ping Bants to make sure that he changes to strict, because it's not on strict at the moment?
Yes, I will.
But yeah, otherwise we are waiting for the start of this race. The usual tournament rules apply. It's 3 races and normal championship points for each of the races, and then we add them up at the end. We have an overall champion, and we have an overall winner in terms of the league as well, because everyone's actually racing not only for themselves but also for their respective leagues. So who do we think is going to win? I would say there is one very clear favourite. I don't know if Thimo would agree. I think Etney from SLR is probably the clear favourite.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't think it's that clear. I mean, we personally, as the SLR commentators, see a lot of from Etney then as so also we've got lots to do with the 2SRL guys, but from the RCR guys and WWRL guys, we don't see too much. So they might be having a surprise for us, especially after Edge from WWRL, who's not racing today, won the last tournament, of course.
Yeah.
And he didn't drive that one, but Sergios did drive that one, and Sergios is really close. Was really close to Etney in the championship.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we will. I mean, I'm definitely, honestly, expecting some surprise. Is it?
Yeah.
I'm expecting the unexpected, basically.
Yep, I think that's fair enough. Yeah, we might well be seeing some surprises because there are some very fast guys across all 4 of the leagues that are represented here today. But yeah, Etney, and it's a shame that Edge isn't racing, because I think that would have been a good contest between him and Etney. But there may be some other people in the field here today who we also see some surprises from. So we're just waiting to get ready. I figured we'd probably be going by now, but we're not just yet.
Yes.
So we'll talk a little bit about what the tracks for today, and it's the same 3 in fact that we had for the first tournament that we ran in this format. It's Silverstone, Spa, and Suzuka, and I think by general consensus, I would say that they are probably the 3 most popular tracks on the current circuit.
I would think so, yes. No other track particularly comes to mind to me. I mean, I think Spain is pretty well received, as well as Australia, but I don't think they are at the level of Belgium, at Spa, Suzuka, and Silverstone. Just 3 historic, famous, prestigious tracks. I don't think you can say anything bad about those tracks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So here is the Silverstone circuit. We can see on the right hand side the drivers will be picking from between soft, medium, and hard tires, unless we get wet weather, which we might do in any of the 3 races here today. So that's Silverstone, and it's particularly hard on tires, which is why the tires are among the harder compounds that we could choose. And it's one of those where you can take a lap or 2 to get your tires up to temperature as well. So not only in one-shot qualifying, but also in the race, I think drivers are going to struggle a little bit for grip until they get the tires warmed up. Then we have Spa. There it is on the right-hand side. It's super soft, and medium for Spa, so a little bit softer in terms of the tyre compound, but you can see how long a lap it is. 19 turns and 7 kilometers, the longest track, I believe, on the calendar. Track difficulty easy, says the game. I don't know about that.
Let's have a chat with Codemasters about that one.
Yeah, there's a big fat X in the doubt column for me on that one. That's certainly not an easy track. And then Suzuka, you can see it's actually a figure 8 track. The track sort of crosses itself, as it were. There's a bridge on the back straight that goes over the first sector in that one. So there is Suzuka.
Also, shout-outs Titan in chat who won't be able to spectate it in real time, unfortunately. Good luck with your lecture.
Yep. Triton having to do the hard work of being at university, unfortunately, so not able to watch this live, but I'm sure he will be checking out the VOD afterwards. And here we go then. We're going to have one-shot qualifying, so it's 1 lap for everyone. And we're going to see, it's a little bit tricky on the spectator, but we do get live standings on the left-hand side, so we'll probably pick someone and stay with them over the whole lap.
The support will... the support in the chat, bring on the support for the leagues.
Yeah, lots of, let's have a look. So we got lots of RCR, yeah, we got lots of
RCR love. Some SLR love from the SLR host, Ocean Chief himself.
Yeah. A little bit of, it's mostly RCR, isn't it? So they're winning the chat war at the moment. So yeah, get your support in chat. if you're supporting one league or another. We can also see that the teams are divided roughly in terms of the teams by which league they are participating in. You see 2SRL is Ferrari and Renault, for example.
Who will you be watching?
Good question. Let's start with the championship favourite, shall we? Let's start with Etney, and we'll go on board with him. He takes turn one a little bit wide.
Anonymous already went off.
Oh dear. Yeah, he's towards the back. Yeah, Smeltino and Jason are struggling as well. I guess something happened to them in the first couple of corners, but Comanso at the moment has taken an early lead, so Etney in second place after the first complex, and as they cut the timing beam for the first sector, it is going to be Comanso who is very slightly ahead. Ruthful as well, now making it an RCR 1-2 just momentarily, as we see Etney go through. Oh, and he got a little bit of oversteer. That was a mistake by Etney there. He might lose some more time from that. At the moment, Comanso, in fact, will switch now for the second half of the lap to Comanso in the McLaren. He's RCR representative. He got Cops just about right, ran a little bit wide, but not too wide. And through Maggots and Beckett's he goes. Very smooth, very neat and tidy. Oh, ran a little bit wide on the exit. Oh, a little bit of a mistake there. And Etney now
might get him. Etney gets Ruthful.
Yeah, okay, Etney up to second.
Was worse than I expected.
So it must be close.
Now.
Yeah.
The WWRL guys creeping up the order a bit.
And Etney's struggling at the moment. He's just about getting... He's just for a moment a big battle for second place, but Comanso's going to cross the line, I think, unless he got a corner cut there. I don't think he did. He crosses the line and he takes pole with a 26.972. Ruthful makes it an all RCR front row with a 27.0. Etney third on a 27.1. I have to be honest, I was not expecting that, but good work from the RCR boys.
I've got to be honest, I honestly expected it. Ha.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you did say like expect the unexpected.
Yeah, exactly. They just took the support the chat gave them.
Yep. They took chat's energy. So the rest of the the rest of the grid then. Speedy P4, good result for Speedy. Yep, 26.9 is incredible in one-shot qualifying. Speedy with a 27.5 then, just edging out the two WWRL boys, Light Cruiser and Big Chungus. Then Copy, Hugos and Hartzer, 7, 8 and 9 for SLR, and then Michael rounds out the top 10. A little bit further down, Cryzeno, who had their laps invalidated. So Jason and Smeltino both had their laps invalidated.
Both had that. And Anonymous, of course, had that spin.
Yeah.
I think Effective has run into trouble as well. So, yeah, not everyone getting the best in.
Yep.
And Wimpy is just rooting for Effective.
Yeah, well, with good reason as well. He's representing the WWRL boys. He also said he was supporting SLR, so naturally, I think, as part of that league, it's. But yeah, Etney just a little bit behind the RCR boys in that qualifying session. He was behind Comanso the whole lap, and only able to get himself onto the second row. It's not a place he's used to qualifying from. I assume this is the formation lap.
Yes, it is a formation lap. Otherwise, that would have been a weird start.
Yeah.
Oh no! Everyone's weaving on the straight. Please teach them how to drive. So Speedy will also look to attack probably.
Yeah.
Behind them we've got Cozzy and Light Cruise. I just saw he's called. I'm confused because he's called Cozzy for me, but he's called Big Chungus for you.
Aha! So has he changed his name, or have you changed his name?
Soaking up the meme. I don't think I have. That's why I'm confused.
Okay. Well, we'll go with Big Chungus, but yeah, obviously you know.
Damn it.
Because what? Yeah, why not? I mean,
yeah.
Let's embrace it. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, tire choice. So 3 people towards the back of the grid. Obviously, the top 10 are locked into their tires. If you're not in the top 10, then you get fresh tires of your choice. And Satoshi and Smeltino and Jason have all gone for the medium tire, so they're going to have an advantage in the second half of the race. I think it's particularly smart for those guys at the back because you're not going to be able to go too much faster than the cars in front of you, just because field spread or whatever, you're not going to be able to force your way past too many people. As Tipsy Bob gets himself
Tipsy gets
disqualified.
disqualified, so that gets him cold tires
Cold
at the start.
tires, yeah, afraid
that
so.
That might become a bit of an issue for him. Maybe he will get overtaken by 1 or 2 cars on the getaway of the line, because obviously the getaway is just determined by, of course, reaction time, but also grip. And if you've got less grip because your tires are colder, then yeah, that might not play in your favor.
Yep, absolutely right.
Also, I like how the field is in a complete McLaren sandwich, with Jason being in last and Comanzo in first.
Yeah, pretty much.
I love patterns, and that is cool.
Yeah, McLaren's at either end of the field. So Comanzo, well, there's going to be a lot of pressure on him from behind. Ruthful and Etney are very fast, and they will be putting pressure down. But what a high standard we've got at the front of the field of this tournament. They're both both of the RCR boys.
You've got a decent grid if someone like Bance or Silvers in the lower half of the grid.
Yep, absolutely. 5 lights, and away we go for the Extreme Rivals tournament here at Silverstone. Reasonably good start from the pole sitter Comanzo. Etney alongside Ruthful into turn 1, trying to hang it around the outside. Ruthful just squeezes him out a little bit of space on the inside there as Etney goes around the outside now, looking into turn 3. He's still there. Speedy now alongside Etney, and Etney having to give it up. He wasn't quite alongside Ruthful, and Ruthful gets himself that 2nd position, and he's able to stay there at least for the time being. A little bit further back, we've got a few fun and games. I don't think anyone's gone off though. Jeremy's right at the back.
Jeremy had a good problem now. Zikosi, Big Chungus and Light Cruiser are going side by side to that corner, and Light Cruiser might have the edge in that WWRL intern battle. They are chasing for Etney, who is now behind Speedy.
Yeah, Speedy's overtaken Etney.
They are approaching Cobb's corner, and Etney will look to regain that position so he can chase for the RCR guys. Now, approaching Maggots and Beckett, if he can set up Speedy well here, he might be able to break into podium positions again. He's having a bit of... I think he had a better run. Now it depends on to the acceleration out of the last corner. Onto the hanger straight, but it doesn't look too good for him. Speedy at the moment pretty much able to hold his ground against Etney, who was one of his rivals in SLR, of course.
And behind them, 2 SLR drivers battling it out. Copy and Hartzer side by side through Stowe corner. Hartzer having to give that up. Copy held the inside line very well and was able to keep that 8th position. But yeah, the action right now, as Comanzo sets the fastest lap of the race on the first lap, is with this battle for 3rd position by the looks of it, because Speedy is going to come under pressure quite soon, I think, from Etney, and Light Cruiser and Big Chungus are right there behind them as well. Oh, down the inside goes Etney. Mistake from Speedy, missed the apex of the left-hander of Village, and I think Etney has got that one done. Side by side now, down the back straight towards Priory. Who is going to be able to brake later? Speedy on the outside.
They have a bit of a bump, and Light Cruiser sticks his nose in and gets it all wrong at the moment, so he will be
taken. So he loses P5 as well, I think.
But now he fights off Big Chungus. They are still side by side, so no love lost between 2 probably rivals in one racing league. So even though they are counting towards the same points tally, they are still fighting it out, which is good to see. And
Copy sniffing behind there as well. He's looking for... Speedy gets himself a penalty. We're going to see a few penalties today, and that's the first really meaningful one. In fact, I think it's the first one overall, but that is a meaningful one. Speedy then now falling off the back a little bit of Etney, but behind them there's a little bit of a gap because these 2 have been fighting, Big Chungus and Light Cruiser. Meanwhile, a bit further back, SLR getting the better at the moment of Bance. Bance is still down in P11. Going to have to make something happen with his pit stop if he wants to score any points. Another fastest lap then of the race, and it's quickly superseded by Etney.
Michael had a bit of a bad run out of the last corner, now will be under attack of Hartzer, and DRS will be enabled in this lap, so we might see some fun action on track. A bit of a look of Bance on Yugos, but nothing... But it doesn't work out. A bit of a lockup by Yugos now, so Vance looks to get himself onto the points-paying position, onto the ranks of the points-paying positions. But now he might become the victim of Craig Zeno, who is taking the slipstream and now tries to hang it around the outside.
Yep, held the inside very well, Vance. He got it turned in and He's further back. Oh, Tipsy spun in
no.
Luffield by the looks of it. Didn't see what happened, but he was battling, I think, with Smeltino.
On the
And
infield.
yeah, and he's having to cut across the infield, but he is now dead last, unfortunately. So Tipsy.
At the front, Ethnic TRN has really quickly closed that gap to Ruthful. He is definitely.
Oh, mistake from
Etney.
Etney. Just about saves it. My goodness.
Don't see too often, but he catches that, which is good for the action. But that obviously cost him like half a second.
Yeah, probably half a second. He certainly had a run.
He will be forced to try and close that gap once again. Light Cruiser gets himself a penalty, so that will cost him some positions. He's currently running in P6, closely followed by SLR's Copy, then Michael, then Yugos.
Well, we certainly haven't seen Etney under this sort of pressure before, and he's
pit stop by
made a little bit of a mistake. Hartzer makes a pit stop. Where was he? He was up in sort of 9th or thereabouts, something like that, I think.
I think thereabouts, low point pick positions for him. And now...
Speedy having to squeeze out Chungus there as they went through the left-hander at Village. He just about did. I didn't see where Chungus went. No, he's still there, and he's going to have DRS, I think, down this straight. So Speedy is a sitting duck here as they go up towards Priory. And into the left-hander they go, or Brooklands rather it's called. And he does manage to get the move done on Speedy. And Speedy, of course, has the penalty as well. So he's going to have to worry about that.
Yeah, the current WWRL champion will have to worry a bit in this race. Gets his wheel a bit onto the grass, but gets a good run through Cup's corner. He will probably try to retake Cossie and the end of Maggots and Beckett's, try to get a bit of a velocity overshoot, and the
penalty
next 3-second penalty. He's currently in P10, so he did gain a fair amount of positions, but that's probably also that probably came down to Hartzer pitting, Tipsy spinning out, and all sorts of action happening.
Chungus has to cover the inside line to stop Speedy from making a move. Both of them go into the pits. Now then, pit stops will begin here, end of lap 4 in this race.
Silver almost made a move on Satoshi after the hanger straight in that corner.
Okay.
But work out in the end. They were alongside for some time, and Ethnic TRN already again
right
close to Ruthful. Just one thing, some RCR guy in the chat might, it would be nice if you pointed out who your current champion or championship leader was, because I would honestly be surprised if it wasn't Commander. He's doing a really good job.
Well, Ruthful is only just over a second behind though, and Etney, I imagine Etney will be a little bit disappointed with his qualifying performance, but he's certainly making up for it with this race performance here. He's only just behind Ruthful. He's going to have to stay close. Yep, Comanso is the championship leader by the looks of it.
Oh, they are fighting, okay. So probably not decided yet. There haven't been enough weeks for F1 game to have full championship, of course. We are approaching the season finale next.
So Etney now within about half a second of Ruthful. Probably not close enough this time, but we're coming up to pit stop territory. We had 2 cars pitting last lap. It was Chungus and Speedy. And Chungus has actually come out in front of Speedy there by a couple of seconds. So who's going to pit? Etney pits from P3. The other two do not. Etney just about gets it slowed down. That must have been so close to a pit lane speeding penalty.
Yeah, Light Cruiser's approach is definitely a bit more careful there.
It's
obviously, I think, the slowest, one of the slowest, definitely. Pit lanes on the calendar. So you lose lots of time in that.
Yeah, you lose a lot. Oh, Jeremy gets himself a penalty.
Get it slowed down.
Yeah. So 5 cars pitting. 5 cars pitting at the end of lap 5. The lead of them is Etney. We'll see where he comes out relative to both Speedy and Hartzer, and Chungus rather. Who both have pitted. Effective gets himself a penalty. He's running P11 right now, having not stopped just yet. So here is Etney leaving the pit lane, and he is a long way ahead of both Chungus and Speedy. Not particularly surprising, because the overcut is a thing here. You need a couple of laps to get the mediums up to temperature, but he is quite some distance ahead.
Smeltino was all over the back of Satoshi. I think they are both WWRL drivers, and they are getting...
Speedy just getting into the back of Michael a little bit, and Speedy just almost trying to push Michael out of the way there. It just draws up alongside, makes a little bit of contact even then. Michael does eventually have to give it to him, but my goodness, that was hairy for Speedy. He almost threw away what was looking to be a very good finish.
While that happened, Smeltino has made the pass on his fellow league mate Satoshi, so the Toro Rosso making the move on the Red Bull, and now the Red Bull car's coming back from the dead. He's going to the inside through that corner. Smeltino holds, yeah, he keeps the momentum up the outside, so that makes him, that enables him to defend his position successfully. He is still running in P6, and in the end he gained the position on his league mate. Is what I'm going to call them now. Bans dives into the pits, Yugos dives into the pits, a lot of cars in the pits, Commands and Woodfall as well. Yeah, Copy in the pits, basically all of the grid. Smeltino, Satoshi and Jason are, I think, the only ones to stay out who haven't pitted yet. So they will definitely drop back after that a bit. Commands are now leaving the pits, well ahead of Ruthful. I think it's like 2.5 seconds now. Ruthful possibly got held up in the pits, and Etni managed the undercut. Etnik TRN is now in P5,
wow,
which will be P2. So nice stuff from him. I didn't think this would happen. So I wasn't aware.
And he's only 2.2 behind Kamanso. Now Kamanso has 1 lap younger tyres, but Kamanso has cold tyres as well, which could mean that Etni is going to be very interested in that lead of the race quite soon. Etni at the moment not really making any headway this lap, but got 7 laps to do it. So Kamanso with the very slight tyre advantage though. Meanwhile, further back, we've got a battle for what is 9th position on the track. Copy and Speedy. Speedy having a little look into Maggots. Nothing doing there, though. He's all over the back of the Sauber into the left-hander. Beckett's almost ran into the back of him there in the right-hander. Looks like he is going to get the run now, but Michael, as well, is very close to the pair of them. And Michael is going to be having a good look.
And now they might make it 3 wide. Into the left-hander, they are 3 wide.
Oh,
Michael
wow.
on the inside, and Copy slots in behind at first.
Oh, still 3 wide on the exit down the Vale, and wow, Copy has to back out of it, and Speedy looks at the moment like he's going to get the move done.
Oh!
Very tight squeeze.
Almost just got in front. That was really close, and there might have been some action between the front wing and the rear of Speedy, and now Michael gets himself alongside
contact
again, and yeah, Michael didn't quite get it stopped there and didn't turn in early enough or something like that. So they made some contact. In the end, Speedy survived a bit of argy-bargy, but that probably wasn't too pleasant on track. So
yeah, and all of that has let Hugos and Hartzer catch up as well. So Hugos all right behind Copy now, and once again Michael getting the move done on the inside of Speedy. Speedy tries the switchback. Tries to go around the outside of left field, but nothing doing there. Jeremy gets himself a penalty. He's down in 18th, unfortunately. Not his best race.
The top 3 are pretty close together.
Yeah, they are. Well, they haven't pitted yet, so
yeah,
they're going to come out probably in the middle of that scrap. The battle for the net lead at the moment is Kamanso is 1.4 ahead of Etni, so we're looking like we're going to get a grandstand finish between those two. But meanwhile, down in the midfield here, as the 2 of the lead cars pit, we have Michael at the moment getting himself a little bit of a gap on Speedy, so you see 5 of them running almost line astern down the back straight. Jason with the penalty.
What a daring maneuver! Speedy sends it down the inside of Michael. He saw a gap appearing there and just thought, oh, I'm going to go for that. I don't know what you think about it, but I will. But that sent him pretty wide, which made Michael do the immediate switchback move, but I was just about on the, I don't know, shoulder cam is probably how it is named. And I was pretty surprised about that move.
Well, it didn't result in anything for Speedy other than to hold them both up again, and now there's just a crocodile of cars behind them. We're keeping an eye on the gap up front. Yeah, it is. 5 laps to go. We're keeping an eye on the gap up front. 1.3 now between Kamanso and Etni. He's just tantalizingly out of that DRS range, as Hugos has a little bit of a look at Copy, but nothing doing there. Speedy is racing for 2 SRL.
Oh, Kamanso with the penalty!
Oh no!
3 seconds onto his finishing time, and that might be a huge deal.
That's the pressure that he was under.
It is a huge deal.
Yeah, that's the pressure that he was. Oh, he runs wide there on the exit of Beckett's too.
Probably doesn't know.
Etni smelling blood. He might know at this point. It's he will be checking, I would imagine, pretty frequently if Kamanso has any penalties. But We'll see now if Etney as Anonymous gets himself one as well, but he's running all the way down in P16. So Comanso now on track, going to try and keep Etney behind. This is a battle for the lead.
Running side by side. Speedy, Michael, sorry to interrupt you. Side by side towards Club now. They are still having a scrap. Speedy is now running around the outside towards the start-finish straight. They are still running side by side. I can't really see who is in front, honestly.
Yeah, Michael in front on the inside just a little bit. Again, very close racing between the two of them. Speedy turns in a little bit, has to run a little bit wide in the first corner, and looks like he's got his nose in front now and gets rear-ended in a big way, and he's going to spin out. Oh, Speedy. Well...
Oh, he rejoins in immediately. That could have been painful with Yase, but everything goes good on that end. I honestly predicted someone just smashing it to his side now, but everything's fine. And now Yase had made the pass. And
Smeltino is on the 3 wide down the inside. This is for the final point at the moment as he goes down the inside of the McLaren, and Smeltino does manage to get it done into Brooklands. Nicely done from him, and Speedy is going to be really suffering because, well, he's now all the way down in P12 after what was an absolutely ferocious battle with Michael, but he came out second best, unfortunately. Meanwhile, back up front, down the hanger straight into Stowe corner, go Comanso and Etney. Comanso with the penalty, of course, but Etney wanting to pass on track anyway. Now into Club as we come towards the end of lap 10. We have 3 laps to go at the line. And Etney certainly putting the pressure on. The pressure has already led to a penalty for the RCR driver. Is it going to result in a pass as well? Speedy battling now with Satoshi a little bit down the order as they go through Club corner. Bance is there as well. Bance having a little bit of a look up the inside. Speedy running a little bit wide on the exit of the final corner. And I've lost connection to Steam. Yeah, I don't know quite why that's happened.
Oh no. I cannot jump in. Can I re-invite you?
That is very unfortunate. Yeah, try re-inviting me. Sorry about this, folks.
Issues.
Don't quite know why that's happened.
I can invite you, indeed.
Okay. Gonna try my best.
In your absence, even though you guys, Copy and Michael, are pretty close to each other now that Speedy has disappeared under unfortunate circumstances. Speaking of disappearing in unfortunate circumstances, Jeremy is out of the lobby. I've asked him to give me a heads up on what happened, but he didn't.
Okay, I'm back. Alright. Sorry about that, folks. That's a really frustrating technical issue. Don't have gaps at the moment. Here's the battle back up front again. 2 laps to go as we go through the final couple of corners. Comanso still ahead of Etney. Oh, Jeremy's internet died, rip. That's unfortunate. Well, my internet certainly didn't die. But so the stream was absolutely fine. But here we go for the lead. Etney down the inside. This is for the lead on track. Into turn number 3. Side by side they go. Comanso has the inside for the left-hander. Etney's going to try the switchback. He's going to get a little bit of overlap before the little left-hand kink onto the DRS straight. And he's going to have DRS as well as they head down towards Brooklands. Side by side. This is the last lap. Into Brooklands they go side by side still. Comanso trying to hang it around the outside, doing a brilliant job and just about getting it done at the moment, but Etney again still side by side. Fantastic racing between the two of them, completely clean and completely fair, but at the moment Comanso just about managing to hold it. He does have the penalty though, of course. Etney does not have the penalty, but Etney still wants to get past as they head now into Maggots and Beckett's. Etney running a little bit low on battery. Comanso has more battery as they go into the back straight. Etney making a mistake as well.
Yeah. It's like a quarter of battery against a fifth of battery, or a fourth.
Yeah.
So the edge for Comanso, but I don't think he will be able to get out of the 3-second window.
No, definitely not.
Behind them, quickly, Ruthful is on course for a podium, but he will be behind Comanso. Cozzy and Light Cruiser probably not switching positions, and Copy and Michael are fighting it out.
So Comanso crosses the line, and have the results updated? Did Etney have a penalty? Oh no, this is the last lap. It lied to me, wow. So this is the start of the last lap.
Yes, it is.
The game definitely told me that it was the last lap. I apologize. So the race is not over yet. Etney is still looking for the win on track, but at the
Michael
moment...
and Copping are having fun towards Village now. Michael sends it down the inside of the right-hander. They are still side by side. Copy will now have the inside line. Michael might get in better acceleration, but I think he had a bit of a touch with the side pod there. This looked like a bit of desync netcode, I don't know. Because it looked like Copy responded to a non-existing hit now towards Luffield, I think it is.
This one is Brooklands, the left-hander, and then Luffield. The long right-hander they're in now is Luffield. So round they go, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, all within touching distance of each other almost. We see them all on track.
I'm keeping an eye on the leaders, but it doesn't look like there will be a position swap. Maybe Etney finally got
Oh, Michael with a penalty. That's a huge deal. He ran wide on the exit of Cops, and he gets himself a 3-second penalty. So I don't think he's in this group really anymore, unfortunately for him.
Yes, Comanzo will take second place, but on-track victory.
Yeah, we think so, though, assuming we've not missed a penalty somewhere. But Comanzo crosses the line, and Etney takes the win by 2.1 seconds. A fantastic drive from him, no penalties, and just that penalty at the end made the difference. Ruthful getting himself on the podium, so 2 RCR boys on the podium. Big Chungus and Light Cruiser 4th and 5th. And then this almighty battle, and Michael, despite finishing 6th on track, is actually going to finish out of the points because nobody else around him had a penalty. Copy is 6th, Hearts are 7th, Smeltino 8th, Satoshi 9th, and Hugos gets the final point for SLR in P10. Michael 11th after that penalty, Bantz down in 12th. And that was an incredibly hectic first race. What a fantastic race. Such a good standard of driving. A brilliant challenge from the RCR boys. But after all of that, after 13 laps, it is once again, as we've seen many, many times this season, Etney on the top step of the podium.
Yeah, fantastic drive by him. Basically made less mistakes than Comanzo, even though he didn't have more pace in the end. I mean, he was a bit quicker, but on track Comanzo succeeded. But I mean, he did succeed on track, but his win dissolved by going off track, ironically. Yeah. So he's not getting to stand on the top step of the podium. Light Cruiser, I think. Did he lose a position to the penalty?
No, I don't believe so. Oh, he had 2 penalties. He had 2 penalties, but no, he finished what, 8 seconds behind Chungus, so no. He finished 2 seconds behind him on track and didn't lose any positions, I'm pretty sure, to the penalty. Because those 5 were well clear of Copy in 6th. So I think that was the situation there. So in terms of the leagues, we'll get an update for you as soon as we can on what the league standing situation is. I think it's close between SLR and RCR. I'm not exactly sure.
It probably is. And we will get ourselves the first interview partner now, and it will be Etney, who obviously won the first race. So I will quickly drag him into our voice call.
Yep, absolutely, go for it. And yeah, if you wanna ask him a couple of questions, we'll do that, and we'll hear from Etney after what was a fantastic race.
Hello, Etney. First of all, congrats to the fantastic victory. Even though it wasn't on track, you in the end had the best race. So can you maybe talk us through what happened, and are you even there to make sure?
Yeah, hello, thank you. So I didn't actually know that he had the penalty. I just checked like 2 corners.
Oh wow!
Before the end, and realized I would win.
Oh, that's nice.
But I screwed up my quali lap. I could have gotten fault pretty easily, I think. And then I tried to undercut one of the guys in front of me, and that worked out.
Okay.
And the second guy, who was ahead of me, I just couldn't get close to him to be able to make the move.
Yeah, you had a nice little battle. Was it all fair and clean in your view?
I think so. I just couldn't get close in the Beckett's section.
Okay, so congrats on your victory. Anything else notable that happened in the race? And how are your... do you think you can beat them again on the next 2 tracks, which are obviously Spa and Suzuka?
Yeah, I think so. but I'm actually pretty surprised with their pace. They seem pretty good.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
They certainly are. Thanks, Annie.
So I will,
much
I will
appreciated.
move you back into your channel. Thanks for giving us the quick rundown. And good luck with the next race. Okay, that was Agni. Who else should we interview who has had something eventful happening in his race? I know Bance approached me that he had some problems in the midfield, that there was some trouble. Maybe we should have a chat with Speedy?
Yeah, we could do. Well, yeah, whichever of them wants to do it. I think a view from the midfield as well is good, though. So, I mean, Bance is not going to like me calling him midfield. I'm sorry, Bance. I apologise. But yeah, let's get Bance in and see what he has to say about the race.
Okay. Wait a second.
Sorry, Bance. You're not you're not midfield in my heart. Okay.
Okay, I'll quickly drag him.
That's Scotty.
Hello.
Hey!
You got beamed up by Scotty.
How are you doing?
So you don't want to talk about your race? That's great. So yeah, obviously in this race you were in the midfield.
Oh, it was just jolly good fun. It was
could
great.
you maybe talk us through what was happening?
Yeah, everyone was having fun. And,
I might be. You please be sarcastic.
You're lagging a bit for me. I don't know.
So what happened to you in the race?
Oh, nothing. I was having great fun. Great race.
Really?
Yeah. No,
I do have some doubts.
No, I was fighting with my great friend Satoshi, and it was great fun. Very good racing.
Why is this so unintuitive?
Overall, no. I mean, I can say that was a solid 5 out of 7.
University rating or not?
And the U rating, of course. What else would
Okay.
In regards to the rest of the midfield, I don't quite know what happened this race as a whole. I just know that I've been hit a few times for overtakes by... Anyways, so yeah, no, it was great fun. And I really loved it.
Okay.
And I know Speedy could agree with that. He told me that right after the race. He was like, Bance, that was fucking lovely.
Alright.
Okay.
Bance, do you want some bad news? Some bad news. I've just got the standings from Wimpy, who's doing the work behind the scenes.
I don't need any update. I know exactly what happened. It was fantastic.
Do you know exactly what happened? 2SRL is yet to get off the mark, unfortunately.
Yes, I am very well aware. But that's cool because we're all having fun and it's all great and it's all jolly.
That's and that's what counts in the end. So yeah, I'll move you back into the channel. Have a good one. Tell the others that I will be supporting them. See ya.
Later, Bance.
That was an interesting viewpoint from the midfield.
There we go. It's yeah, Bance taking it very seriously, obviously, and yeah, he's put hours and hours and hours, or minutes even, of practice into this, obviously, and it's. So here are the standings. So we have, you can see the drivers on the right hand side and the teams in terms of the standings. SLR are 7 points ahead of RCR. And then WWRL as well got a lot of points there as well. Didn't get on the podium, but they got themselves a lot of points. So they have 28 points and they're in third place. RCR on 33 and then SLR up at the front on 40. And, well, we're going to see exactly what happens at Spa, but at the moment, that's I don't know if that's exactly what we'd expect, but like it's certainly going to be a close battle, I think, in the next two races.
Yeah, the first race basically made a good first impression for the evening, and I think the next two tracks can follow up on that. Spa with the long straight having possibly even more potential for cars getting in trains that are frequently overtaking each other. So we might have even more fun next race. Bance might have even more fun next race. So we're looking forward to that.
Bance certainly likes Spa.
To get started, yeah.
Yeah, Bance was fighting for the win in the Spa race in the tournament we did last time around. So interested to see how he does after that, or in this upcoming race. Also interested to see Speedy, who had some struggles in that race. He was running up in the top 5 or thereabouts and then got caught in that battle with Michael, and that slowed them both down, and then eventually Speedy, of course, came off on the wrong end of that little battle. I think he got hit from behind into turn number 3, so he'll be looking, I think, to get some points on the board in this one. So here we go.
So we're loading. We're loading.
We are
That's
loading.
good.
That is the view down Eau Rouge into the pit lane. And we are going to get going underway very shortly here with one-shot qualifying. Who will we go on board with this time? Should we go on board with Speedy this time? Speedy's usually good value in these one-shot qualifying laps. So we might do that. We see everybody getting ready, getting their setup loaded and everything else. Don't think we need that for the time being, do we? So, still waiting. And Spa, I think a lot of people would regard Spa as the best of the Formula 1 tracks at the moment. It is fantastic. Yeah.
I know you like Suzuka.
I do.
Just don't let the weakness take over. Admit that Spa's just objectively better.
I think Spa's a lot of fun. Like it's got some really incredible corners. I mean, the one thing that's a little bit of a shame in Formula 1 cars is that the really epic corners, like Eau Rouge and Blanchiment, are so easily flat in a Formula 1 car because they have so much downforce. But here is the one-shot qualifying. Then we see at the moment the two RCR boys going right to the top of the standings as we go down the hill towards Eau Rouge. This is the spectacular Eau Rouge corner. Again, very easily flat in a Formula 1 car. You can take it quite comfortably. Etney struggling in this first sector, down in P6 at the moment, and the two RCR boys, Ruthful and Michael, right up at the front. Camanso, something's happened to Camanso. What happened to Camanso? What happened to Camanso? He's disconnected. He's all the way at the back for me. He's retired. Oh, Ruthful's retired as well. Did they get their laps invalidated? Oh dear, that's a real shame if they did, because they were two of the fastest drivers in that first race, and they're going to be starting at the back in this one.
By the way, something we haven't mentioned in stream yet, that was told in the EGL Discord. Jason's last lap got invalidated due to a bug, unfortunately, and yeah, basically the problem about Codemasters in one game, in every other game I wouldn't believe the person, but here I think that's probably the most realistic.
You're very quiet suddenly, by the way. I don't know if it's. I don't think it's just me.
Is it better now?
Yeah, much better. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, my mic was a bit far away.
Okay.
And okay, Camanso had a game stop at the top of Radion, actually.
Oh no! Oh, that's a real shame. Here come the results, though. Copy with the pole position from his teammate. Two Saubers at the front, so Copy just edging out his teammate, and Etney having to make do with second. The two Renaults, Speedy and Tipsy Bob, were also doing very well in that session too. Speedy 6th, Tipsy was 7th for a while. I'm not exactly sure where he ended up finished, but two Saubers with the 1-2, two Czech Saubers, Copy and then Etney, and then Michael behind in the Force India representing RCR. So a little bit of a mixed up grid. Bantz unfortunately all the way down in 13th. We said that he was fast around here. Unfortunately didn't really manage to hook a lap up.
Yeah.
And something happened to Tipsy. Tipsy all the way down in 15th.
Yeah.
He was running very well through most of that lap.
Yeah. But honestly, Bantz is known among us to be a notoriously bad qualifier, and one-shot qualifying does it even less for him. So that might be part of the issue, or a big part of the issue. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's,
also, I think it's a nice little story that Copy edged out his teammate Etney. They are also running as the Sauber teammates over at their league SLR, and I know they practice together. And normally Etney has the better of Copy with a fair margin most of the times, but this time Etney probably had a flawed lap, and
Copy did what was necessary to claim pole position. So
Yep,
good effort
absolutely.
by him. Let's see if that translates into the race. I am honestly expecting Etni to have the edge there again, because it's not one-shot qualifying. One-shot qualifying sometimes not as representative. But yeah, that will be interesting also with the RCR and WWRL row of Michael and Cozy behind them, or Big Chungus.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
didn't he get renamed to Big Chungus?
I don't know, honestly. That's certainly nothing that I've done, so I'll have to live with it for the time being. But yeah, Jason as well with a really good showing up in P5 after that disaster of a qualifying last time out. Has anyone told the two Saubers that this is a formation lap? They appear to be going round at racing speed.
Yeah, you gotta warm up your tires, mate.
Yeah, apparently. So the other drivers seem to be aware, so that's good. But yeah, the two Saubers just running away at the front. And we see the rest of the grid going around. You'll see the pretty spectacular elevation changes on this racetrack. It really is quite something as they go through the corner with no name.
There's, I think it has some names now, but no name corners. Just
Oh,
better.
it does have a name, doesn't it? Is it? It's X corner, isn't it now? After it's X corner after Jackie X, I think.
I think that might be something. Also, I think it's still a part of Brazil. Jeremy Peters pointed that out to me once, because he obviously knows the track.
Okay.
Also, people in chat are pointing out that Edney definitely tried to be second to have the inside line for turn 1, so that's probably what happened. Of course.
Oh yeah.
No sarcasm
I don't know
involved.
about that. I don't know about that. He's yeah, I think pole on Belgium is fine. You've got La Source to spread the field out at least a little bit before you get down the hill towards Eau Rouge. And so 11 laps of the very long Spa-Francorchamps circuit coming right up. We see the two Saubers taking their position at the front of the grid. We see the rest of the grid forming up as well, and we also see the two RCR drivers who did so well last race all the way, unfortunately, at the back.
While you watch the front, I will have a look at the back to see if Ruthful's at command, the last to first chance, go well.
Yep, well, fingers crossed for them. Here we go then. Let's see if we can get a better camera angle than this one. There we go. Two Saubers on the front of the grid. We got 5 lights at Spa, and away we go. Looked like a reasonable start from both of the Saubers as well. A little bit of fun and games behind them. 3 wide into turn 1 behind, but it's as you were. Copy taking the lead, and into the wall goes Michael. And I don't know if he's out of the race or not, but also, who else was it in the wall there? I didn't quite see, but Michael certainly got deposited into the wall, and sideways goes Jason, and into the wall in a big way at Radion. He's going to be basically out of the race after that one. He got sideways through Eau Rouge. Meanwhile, up the hill, we have Copy defending on the inside from Etni, who's trying to go around the outside, and he's done it into Les Combes on the first lap. And, well, we saw Etni recover from 3rd on the grid at Silverstone, and we've seen him once again here at Spa, and he has managed to get past his teammate and into the lead of this race. Behind them, Speedy got a very good start. He's all the way up in 3rd place. Light Cruiser in P4, and then the two SLR boys of Anonymous and Hartzer in P5 and P6. Meltino then 7th. Bantz looking to go around the outside though here into the Fania chicane. He just got pushed out there by the Toro Rosso. Bantz trying to keep his nose in there on the inside through the second part of the chicane. In now to Stavolo as they go through very, very close. But at the moment, fair. Certainly Bantz won't feel it's been fair because he got pushed out a little bit there into the chicane. But now he's right in the slipstream once again of the Toro Rosso. Up the hill towards Blanchimont. They're going to run 2 wide through Blanchimont here. This very fast left-hander. And the Toro Rosso is forced all the way out wide. And just about manages to recover from that one. Is he going to go down the inside into the bus stop? He's not, because Bantz breaks very late indeed. And Bantz does eventually get that move done. But as you were at the front, as we see Etni and Copy, the two Saubers, assuming the lead of this race. And once again, as Smeltino I think got shuffled back a little bit there. Once again, Speedy chasing them down though. Speedy has to try and stay out of trouble this time. He's got Light Cruiser all over the back of him though. Speedy goes to the inside, Light Cruiser to the outside, seems to have more straight line speed as they head in towards Lecom. And going to try and go around the outside. Very nice move from Light Cruiser. Got that done very comfortably indeed, and Speedy relegated to 4th position on this lap number 2.
Trying to pick up the first points of 2-0 for this tournament. Yeah, Ben's had a really nice start. He's in P7. He gained 6 positions. He's the one who gained the most positions along the other side.
And he's also always Thimo hits the wall on the exit of X corner. And Bance of course on fresh tyres. Oh, Speedy! What happened to Speedy? What happened to Speedy? What happened to Speedy? Oh, into the wall. He must have lost it at Puhong because he is facing the wrong way. He's facing the wall. I think he's beached as well, and he's going to have to retire by the looks of it because he cannot move, unfortunately. So Speedy.
I don't think he wants to move.
No, he can't move. He's spinning the wheel. Yeah, he gets DQ'd.
Oh my god.
So
that's a joke.
That's really bad luck for Speedy. He's not going to score points for the 2nd race in succession, unfortunately. Meanwhile, towards the front, Vance now up to P6. And now there's a little bit of a queue forming. Etney with the fastest lap of the race, a 45.0. He is frighteningly fast at the front. He's already pulled out more than 2 seconds over Copy, so no chance of Copy getting any sort of DRS. Yeah, F's in chat for Speedy, please, folks. That's a pretty unfortunate thing to happen. Satoshi and Silva running side by side down towards Eau Rouge. Silva has to give that one up as they go over the hill in Radion, but now Silva is going to have the DRS advantage alongside around the outside into Lecom, and yeah, he's going to get that done quite easily. You don't really want to be in front heading into Eau Rouge, especially if the other car does not have DRS, because you can easily get past down the inside as Bance now having a good look at Hartzer. Hartzer holding up Bance a little bit here. Bance, of course, on those fresh super soft tyres, so you get a little bit of a tyre advantage. Hartzer has to cover the inside and towards Puhon.
Kamanza does a move on Tipsy Bob out of the X corner, is now going down Puhon, and we've lost Wilffold. Wilffold spun out of Puhon, almost got collected by Kamanza. He does a really interesting rejoining of the track, but there's no one. Okay, never mind. I was about to blame, but I didn't see no one was there. So now RCR.
Meanwhile, for P5, Bance and Hartzer alongside each other as they go through Stavolo, and also Chungus is having a good look there. I think Bance has just managed to push his way past. Eventually it was pretty good racing for the two of them, but Chungus all over the back as well.
First one, and now he's going to make it 2, or at least trying.
Oh, side by side through Blanchimont. Fantastic racing between the two of them.
Yeah, Vance will have the inside line, but I think he has to surrender that position to the world's favourite first Gen Zenry. As Big Chungus takes P5, 2 positions. And Hartzer dove into the pits. He's now in P13, so early pit stop from him.
Yeah,
who are the guys who started on another tyre? It's looking really bad for RCR, was what I was about to say. But also not good for 2SRL. I think this one will be between SLR and WWRL.
Well, Kamanso has very quietly made his way up to the back of this queue, as you see. Oh, did Bance hit the back of Chungus there? I think he did. I thought I saw a bit of front wing flying off even, so Bance is understeering. Bance has damage for sure. He's all sorts of understeer, and so he's going to be very slow. He's going to have to pit at the end of this lap. So Bance didn't see quite what happened. I don't know if it was a lag contact, but I think he ran into the back of Chungus as they went down the Camel Straight, and yeah, you can see he's suffering with all sorts of damage now. So Bance effectively is going to lose himself several seconds, and he's going to lose time with the front wing change, of course, as well, as he understeers his way around Puhon, unfortunately. Chungus is Kozi, I believe, according to Thimo. So that's who that is. But I was saying just before that happened, Kamanso is up in P10 and has very slowly managed to, or very quickly in fact, managed to make his way up to the back of that little group. He's on the soft tyres, so he's going to have the tyre advantage for the second half of the race as well. I think he's very much in play, potentially even for something like a top 5 or even a podium in this race. side by side with Silver. He has a good look at Silver there. Silver trying to cover the inside, but no, he's going to go down the inside very comfortably. I think Comanso into the bus stop. Vance dives into the pits. He's going to have to change his front wing in that pit stop as well, as Comanso tries to get his way past Silver, and I think he has finally done it. Yes. Into La Source. So nicely done from the McLaren driver. Oh, and into the wall goes Silver.
I don't think he hit the wall, but he had loads of understeer there, oversteer. Towards the inside on the right side, and I think he caught it before the barrier, but that obviously cost him positions and lots of time.
Yeah, he lost a couple of places certainly, and Comanso now all the way up in P4, and he's challenging Satoshi here for P3 down the inside into Les Combes. So good stuff from Comanso, fighting his way up from the back of the field. He's within striking distance of Smeltino as well, and Smeltino gets himself a penalty, I think, for running a little bit wide in Les Combes. So good stuff from Comanso, certainly getting his way all the way up there, and he's certainly in contention now, I think, for a podium in this race. Meanwhile up front, Etni by himself at the moment. He is very, very far ahead indeed. No car within sight at all. 11 seconds now ahead of the Toro Rosso in second place.
Yes, exactly.
So now we're waiting for the rest of the Super Soft runners to pit. I imagine it will be relatively soon. Vance, by the way, has come out all the way down in 15th place, and he gets himself a penalty as well for good measure. So
he'll have a lot of fun.
It's been an unfortunate.
We will spare him with an interview.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get him in the commentary box for after this race, unfortunately.
Yeah. So either he wins the Suzuka or we won't hear him again.
So Etni pits from the lead, Silver pits as well from just behind Hugo's, and Jeremy's staying out. So Jeremy's gone 6 laps on those Super Soft tyres.
No! Effective! Hit the little concrete thing on the inside of the pit entrance. He lost his front wing and loads of time.
No.
Wow. Ah, that hurts.
That's very unfortunate for Effective. He was having acquitting himself quite well out there, having quite a good race, as Hugo's, I think, will draft past easily. Oh, and up front, and Comanso around the outside of Smeltino for what is the lead on track. It's not the net lead, of course, because Etni isn't very far behind them and he's already pitted, but Comanso from all the way down, I think he started 17th, and
17th.
At the moment he is in the lead of this race, albeit just on track, not really in terms of the net lead. He's going to have to probably fight his way past several cars if he wants to get himself on the podium in the second half of the race, once he puts the Super Soft tyres on. But Hugo's also making his way past Satoshi for that third place, so good stuff from him. A bit further back, Copy and Light Cruiser came out of the pits a couple of laps ago. They're running 7th and 8th. Yeah, Comanso getting track position. He certainly is. Certainly has that track position at the moment. He's going to be pitting, I would imagine, within the next couple of laps, and then he's going to do a short sprint on the Super Soft tyre. Heading into the bus stop now, Hugo's and Satoshi, all 4 of the lead runners, as Comanso in fact pits. So Comanso's going very aggressive with the strategy. He's going to want a 5-lap stint on those Super Soft tyres.
That's what you can do basically if you are in a normal race and you qualify in them. Then you do 4 laps normally, there's the qualifying lap on it as well. So 5 laps is completely fine, and I think it's maxing out the potential of these tyres, so it's the right call.
Yeah, so he certainly made the most of his strategy. He's unfortunately going to come out just behind these
Kazi,
2. Yeah.
Or Chungus and Harzer. I definitely have to change something about that.
That's alright, I think we know who you mean. And yeah, and Harzer gets himself a penalty, I think, for cutting the inside of the top of the hill at Radion. And yeah, Kazi's going to go all the way around the outside into into Les Combes. So easily done for him. Comanso now is going to be very impatient, looking for a way past Harzer, who will have much more because he gets himself a penalty there on the exit of Les Combes.
Another element to this is that Comanso has a huge edge on Yares. He has got more than half, while Harzer has, I think, a third, and yeah, Chungus about the same amount. So Comanso will be trying to get past these soon. He has the tire advantage, the ERS advantage, and probably, let's face it, also the pace advantage in general from a driving standard.
Yeah, so we'll stay on board with him through here, but he has been held up a lot this lap, unfortunately for him.
He's losing
a lot of time. So up front, Smeltino about to pit, I would imagine, and then Etney is going to reassume the lead of this race. Poppy in a net second place as Comanso goes around the outside of Hartzer pretty easily there up the hill. Fastest lap of the race from Etney, rubbing salt into everyone else's wounds in this race. He has absolutely dominated. So Comanso trying to get the run now on Chungus or Kozi. And he's not gonna go down the inside into La Source. That wouldn't be very smart because he wants the DRS up the hill. He's just gonna stay behind, I imagine. Yep, he's the perfect distance behind, so he gets the DRS and then he's just gonna be able to draft past as he goes all the way up the hill. And there's absolutely nothing that Big Chungus can do about it. Up to P5 on the track goes Comanso. I think everyone has pitted now, so everyone's in the positions that they would otherwise be in. And what happened? Oh, there's a big melee into Lecom as Jeremy gets himself a penalty, running down in P16, unfortunately for him. But Satoshi and Bance forcing their way past Tipsy.
Silva almost running into the back of Tipsy, and may I also rub into a bit of salt into people's wounds. Vance is currently the lead to Sarel car, and he is in P11. And
Vance getting all sorts of out of shape through Pujon. Sorry to interrupt you, but he did manage to save it eventually.
Yeah, good on him. Then we've got a to Sarel train, which just got interrupted basically by Ruthful, and Michael is also 10 seconds behind Tipsy, but ahead of Jeremy, who's the last.
Up front,
Sarel car, still no points.
Up front here is Anonymous and Comanso. Comanso having a good look around the outside, not really managing to get it done up the hill, unfortunately for him. But he's got his ERS off at the moment, so maybe just waiting. As Anonymous gets a little bit of a swapsies on the exit of the bus stop, but just about managed to save it. And now Comanso is in the perfect position to make his way past Anonymous as Chungus again gets it very out of shape through La Source. He managed to catch it though, so no damage done as far as he is concerned. Comanso going to go on board with him here. Nothing Anonymous is going to be able to do because he has the DRS, he has the battery to just draft past, and he's passed long before they get into the braking zone for the right-hander. So good stuff from Comanso all the way up to P4. And that Toro Rosso in the foreground is Light Cruiser, and he might honestly be in range with 2.5 laps to go.
Yes, so Comanso might get himself onto the podium.
Yeah, and even Copy, actually. Copy's only a second ahead of Light Cruiser. So he could finish second in this race if he manages to reel these guys in.
That would be the best damage limitation after an unfortunate technical issue forcing the issue in qualifying.
Yeah, I think so too. So 2.2 now the gap. Bance gets himself 3 seconds. Unfortunately.
I think that's a second, 3 seconds, so he is at 6 now.
Oh dear.
He'll drop to the end of that train.
Yep. Not going to be any points for Bance, unfortunately, in this one. He's had good pace, but he's had several things happen to him. It's meant he's not managing to get himself on the scoreboard, and I think 2SRL are going to have another race where they are unable to score, unfortunately.
Oh no, people in chat are getting all Dutch. I think
we're a Dutch stream now, boys. We're gonna here's the Red Bull of Chungus.
I know exactly one Dutch sentence and I shouldn't drop it on stream, so
probably not, probably not. So up the hill towards Lecom, the gap between Light Cruiser and Comanso is 1.6, but just behind them Anonymous is going to have to defend here from Big Chungus, and no, Chungus has passed easily down the back straight towards Lecom. So he gets himself up to P5. Tipsy gets himself a penalty running P13 at the moment. Oh, what's happening behind? Hugo's and Hartzer. Hugo's managing to pass Hartzer. Hugo's on the super soft tyres, so he was one of those on the alternate pit strategy. Starting on the softs, moving on to the super softs. Meanwhile, this...
Hugo's in general had a good race. He started in P19.
Yeah, no, he certainly has. He's acquitted himself very well out there. He might even be able to catch up to that battle between Chungus and Anonymous for P5. Meanwhile, this is the view from Kamanso's car. He is now within striking distance of Light Cruiser. Jason gets himself a penalty. He's had an unfortunate race after that incident on lap 1 at Radion. Now Light Cruiser, you can sense that McLaren behind him. He knows he's there, and he knows that if he's this far behind going up the hill, there's going to be absolutely nothing that he can do to stop Kamanso claiming that final podium position. Started the last lap then. Etney is on his way, I think, through Eau Rouge right now and heading up the hill towards Les Combes. He is going to win this race.
Yeah. Kamanso is setting Light Cruiser up. He will now enter the DRS on the Camel Straight, and I honestly predict him to get the move done before the corner. Etney with a warning, okay, that
Etney with the 3
change
seconds.
Anything. I had a bit of a
that means he's only going to win by 6 seconds.
Oh!
Wow!
As Kamanso gets a bit sideways there, and Light Cruiser touches the rear of him.
Yeah. Oh, and I think he hit him again there into Rivage.
I don't think so. He got a bit of a penalty.
Yeah, he did.
But he is 3.3 seconds ahead of Big Chungus, so that penalty probably won't affect the outcome.
It's going to be close.
Because no, I think Chungus has a penalty as well.
Oh, okay.
So he'll drop to the probably drop places to Anonymous and Hugo's possibly. So
Kamanso now looking to put Copy under a little bit of pressure as Vance gets himself a penalty.
All out on battery probably now.
Don't think Copy has a penalty. Yeah, he's in max mode on the straight, gets himself into overtake mode. But I don't think it's going to be enough, no, unfortunately. No. Meanwhile, at the front, Etney crosses the line. He has won this race just as he won the last race at Silverstone. He's won this one at Spa, and Copy is going to make it a Sauber 1-2. He crosses the line second, Kamanso third, Light Cruiser comes fourth, Chungus drops behind Anonymous, and Hugo's as well. So 2 places lost, unfortunately, for Chungus, down to P7, and the 2 Mercedes, Anonymous and Hugo's, finishing 5th and 6th.
Martino comes in P8 and Harzer is in P9. The biggest gainer in this race from start to finish was obviously Kamanso, but Hugo's had a blast as well.
Yeah, and so did Ruthful actually, who's starting right at the back of the grid, and he gets himself a point for RCR, which could be absolutely crucial. But at the moment, it's certainly looking like SLR's tournament to lose. It's a 1-2 for the Sauber boys, Etney and Copy. And also some good points picked up by the 2 Mercedes boys as well. So that is your Spa race. A fantastic... It was a pretty good race. Like it was... we saw in qualifying Copy take the surprise pole position, but once again Etney taking the win after passing him on lap 1 and then just proceeding to run away. It was an absolute masterclass from him, but a big honourable mention to Kamanso, finishing 3rd from the back of the grid.
Yes, fair to say. So for the championship, we don't know yet how that will affect the point standings, but I reckon, I'm pretty certain SLR will now take the lead. Not victory yet. It's still Suzuka, so that twisted track might twist the point standings around as well.
Yep, absolutely. So we will see, but yeah, I would think that SLR having a pretty significant lead at this point. They were ahead after the first round, and I think they're going to be even further ahead. In fact, I'm sure they're going to be even further ahead after the second round, after those bugs did for the RCR challenge in qualifying. Comanso and Ruthful. Should we try and get Comanso in here for an
Yes,
interview after that
exactly.
race?
Exactly, I will ping him, and also I would like to hear something of Yugos's story.
Yeah, that would be good too. So we'll see if we can get those guys in here if they're willing to do it. We will see. But there we go, Extreme Rivals tournament, and at the moment we're going to see. Well, in a few moments we're going to see exactly what the standings are after that Spa race.
By the way, Bans wants to talk to us, but I think okay, Comanso doesn't want to get on stream.
Okay, that is fine.
I will ask Yugos.
Yeah. Well, let's have Bance and Hugos then, maybe, if Bance is just itching to after that race.
I mean, I want
to
get people from all. So,
okay.
Light Crew.
You are lagging a lot, Thimo.
Have something to say? Oh, that.
Okay, it seems better now. Seems better now, but yeah, you turned into a robot for a second there. Light Cruiser, you reckon, wanted to say something?
Yeah, after Yugos, maybe.
Okay, yep, let's go for that then.
Okay, so let's reach out for Yugos first. Hello?
Yeah.
You can hear us, okay.
Hey.
Let's start things at the start. What happened to you in qualifying? I didn't see it. I just saw you started very far off.
I invalidated my lap on the right-hander after the first chicane.
After a rouge or?
Lake Holm,
chicane.
Right-hander.
Yeah.
Lake Holm, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's unfortunate. So you basically really sliced your way. You gained the most positions after Comanso, who finished on the podium in the end. Could you maybe give us a quick rundown of strategy who had a nice battle with? Because honestly, I don't think you had too much screen time. Would maybe be interesting. Who you had a nice scrap with and how the strategy worked out.
Well, I started on softs because I thought everyone would be slow at the start because they were battling. And then after I pitted, I came out like P10 or something, and I was.
Well, were you before the pit stop?
P. But what do you mean, like before I pitted or before?
Yeah, before you. Yeah, before everyone.
Yeah, because everyone else will have pitted. They'll have been on supers. So
I think I was.
Like, how many people did you jump, basically?
I think I jumped like 5 or 6. I think.
Okay, that's pretty nice. I didn't notice that. I wasn't aware of you getting the better of everyone in the pits. So that's nice. Who did you pass on track?
Silver. Hartzer.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we saw the one on Hartzer.
Effective.
Okay, that's nice. Thanks for the little chat.
Can I just say something real quick?
Yes, you can.
Shout out to Anonymous because he wanted it.
Hey.
Okay, shout out to Anonymous.
He has been shouted out.
Okay, so then I'm going to deposit you back into your channel. Thanks for the interview. Good luck on the next race.
Alright, thanks. See
you. Should we put in another one? Maybe,
yeah, absolutely. So
because
just while you sort that out, I'm going to try and get the second set of standings up.
Okay, so
because they are ready to go.
Who had a good race? I don't have the results anymore. Light Cruiser was who I wanted to ask, or maybe have a chat with. Do you have some questions for him? Because I felt like, I don't know, who had a really eventful race. I mean, we could take Bance because he wants to talk.
Well, if he wants to talk, let's do him. Bance certainly had an eventful race. Oh no, that's not the right one. I apologize. We'll get the right one up in a second. I apologize. Why has that not worked?
Okay. I will still ask Light Cruiser though. So I'll. So we meet again. Hello.
Hey,
Do you
boys.
actually have something to say, or are you just happy again?
I mean, I'm always happy, as you know.
Okay.
That's not, nothing new. Yeah, I mean, great race for 2SRL. I want to say, first off, a shout out to the team. Great job so far. I think we've had a little problem, to which I just kind of want to say that the F1 game is in fact a barrier. Because, yeah, I mean, my race was going well, I think. I don't know where I was before the pit stop, but I was trying to go for an overtake this one. I don't know if I got brake checked or if they lagged into me really hard, but I had a car that on the straight as I was slipstreaming beamed backwards and completely removed my wing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we saw that happen. It was because
what
yeah,
happened?
I mean, we didn't see the car warping backwards, but we saw there was contact, and we saw a bit of your front wing flying, and then we saw you understeering in the next few corners. So we put 2 and 2 together and came up with 4 on that one. So yeah, pretty unfortunate.
So I don't know. I assume. I mean, if you just didn't see anything on stream, there must have been lag. But went straight into the car, and yeah, that was race over. So Speedy had a problem. I mean, he bottled it himself, but he actually got stuck on the curb, which was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
But yeah, not much more from us, really. I think Tipsy was having a tussle with one of the, I think, who finished third for a little bit, trying to hold him up, but that didn't work. So, yeah, pretty interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say about that. Just a quick explanation.
Also, quickly, Jeremy wants to give a quick shout out to his boys. To shout out someone.
Okay.
So,
I thought we were never going to know who we wanted to give a shout out to because you lagged just at the crucial time, but we got there in the end. It's okay.
It is okay. So I might get Light Cruiser in for at least the start and deposit Bans back. So thanks for the heads up again.
Cheers, Bans.
Nice to know that you had less fun this time.
Bans, do you reckon 2SRL are going to score any points in Suzuka?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't. But it doesn't matter because we're here for fun and friendship. So good luck to you guys and beat me up, Scotty.
Okay, I'll beat you up.
Later, Bans.
So now I will quickly.
Yeah, while you do that, I'll quickly talk about the standings. We finally managed to get them up. That was my fault. I apologise. So SLR now, well, it's a pretty commanding lead, isn't it? 103 points at the front. WWRL and RCR battling for second place. They're 50 and 49 points respectively, but at the moment SLR have more points than all the rest of the teams put together because bringing up the rear is 2SRL on 0. But they're trying their hardest. That's what counts.
Yeah, I must say, I love patterns, and it would be pretty nice if SLR and 2SRL split their points. Then we would have like, I don't know, 49 to 52, all the points. But it doesn't happen. So unfortunately, we will have a run to maybe still win. And I'm lagging. Am I not? Probably also crawl to the finish line. And
yep, you are lagging. I think we just about got what you said, but yeah, there we go.
Okay. Thanks Telekom. Shout out to Telekom and their internet monopoly in Germany. I'll quickly get Light Cruiser in for some start. Hello. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Good evening.
Okay. So good evening. Where did you finish? You finished 4th, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, in the end by Comanzo, right?
Correct.
Okay, could you maybe give us a quick rundown on what happened to you in the race? So, for example, the start, what happened there? Where did you start again? I forgot it, unfortunately.
I started 8th after a terrible qualifying, I have to say. But basically in the start I avoided all the chaos that was happening in front of me. I saw 2 cars on the left.
Alright, Jason went off.
Yeah, and Kozi, my teammate, also went off, so that's pretty terrible, but...
So Toshi, right?
Kozi, was it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was Kozi.
Yeah, but in the end he still finished, I believe, 6th or 5th, I can't remember, but...
Yeah, he had some good battles.
Yeah, he did. He came back very nicely. I don't know how much time he lost, though.
Oh, did you have on that track apart from the end with command? So was there something else?
I
Oh,
had
I'm lagging.
I had 2 battles, with one with Anonymous and one with Speedy.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure, but Anonymous did I overtake Anonymous? Yeah, I had 2 battles, but that was like it for the entire race. Then in the end, Commando, of course, but yeah, nothing to do with that train.
Yeah, he really had the advantage on
tires,
his car's conditions, basically the tires and everything. So yeah, thanks for the heads up. Anything else to say? Shoutouts? I don't know.
Well, I just want to say that WWRL is very happy to be in it. Of course, we are racing for fun, nothing more, nothing less. We can do our best, and that's what we will do in the last race. Just have fun once again.
Okay.
And, I want to wish 2SRL good luck on getting their first points.
Yeah.
If I see a 2SRL car behind me in like 11.
Would you move out?
What?
Oh. Okay. Yeah. I was about to.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the state of 2SRL at the moment. They need charity like that to to get points.
Hashtag points for 2SRL. So thanks. Have a nice race, and in general, good luck to all of the WWRL boys. I'll move you back up. And
yeah, you too. Good luck with the commentating as well.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Everyone. Thank you. So bye. Okay, so that's that.
One like is one prayer
one
for 2SRL.
At the moment we've got 14 prayers, but the question is, will it help them?
Yep, 14 prayers, no points, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So we'll see if we'll get any more points. One thing we haven't talked about is the individual championship.
Yes.
And we got the points
That's
up on
right.
screen at the moment. We got Etney up there. Well, he's got 2 wins out of 2, so he's on 50. Comanso with the 2nd place and the 3rd place, he's on 33. And then Copy at the moment as well, putting in a pretty good show for himself. He finished, of course, 2nd in that last race. He also got some good points in the first race, so he's on 26. And then we got the 2 WWRL boys, Light Cruiser and Cozzy, on 22 and 18, respectively.
Yeah, I think the delay might be down to Effective not being in the lobby. Maybe he has got some internet issues and we're not getting him back. That's just my assumption, but I don't know. And I'll quickly have to fix something IRL, so I'll be gone for like a minute. Because I'm a professional commentator, of course. So, be right back.
Well, we will talk a little bit then about the circuit. This is Suzuka, and that's what we're going to get next. It's pretty great, I have to say. It's got the Ferris wheel on the outside there, and you can see it's a figure 8 circuit, so lots of fun to be had. Unfortunately, the circuits don't cross each other on the same level. That would be pretty cool, but it goes over itself instead. So that's what we've got coming right up. We're going to wait a little bit for Effective, I think, to connect. Not exactly sure what the problem is, but we will find out. Revo with the barrier meme in chat. Good work, Revo. And I think he just won his iRacing race as well, so congrats to Revo for that one. I don't know if he was in the same race as Jimmy Broadbent. He might have been, but nice. So a little bit of a wait, unfortunately. Sorry for the delay, folks. We'll wait a few minutes. If Effective isn't able to carry on, then we will go ahead with 19, unfortunately. But we'd rather have him back in the lobby, of course. Oh, the second split as the #1 car. Rip. Tipsy Bob, am I the oldest here? No, I know for a fact you're not the oldest here because I am older than you. So, nope. Unfortunately not. Oh no, in fact you're older than me. No, you're older than me. Yeah, that's right. You're 1 day older than me. So yeah, Tipsy is 1 day older than me.
Don't you have birthday in like next week? Both? Then?
No, it's just over a month. Beginning of March.
Oh, never mind.
I think he's the 4th of March. Yeah, he's the 4th of March. I'm the 5th of March. So yeah. So he's 1 day older than I am. Very old. Yep. Much older than me. 1 day is actually a lot. It's a big margin. Yeah, we got Effective back in the lobby. Does that mean we're going to be going? I think it means we're going to be going. Everybody readying up. So, Suzuka. Session in progress, one-shot qualifying.
Wait, are you in?
I wasn't in. I'm loading in now. I had to do it manually though. So hopefully
fascinating.
It puts me in. Hopefully it puts me in.
F1 game good, but wait. Oh.
There we go. All right, I'm in. We're good.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I sound like I'm in my 20s. Yeah, unfortunately not anymore. It's a little bit of a my 20s are a little bit of a distant memory now.
Yeah, I wonder how I sound. What? Especially, I think with a new microphone, I sound even younger.
Yeah.
So I'll give you guesses and try to not make me cry, please.
Yep, guess Thimo's age. It's the new game that we have while we wait to get this up and running.
Yeah. It's a new game about who can depress me the most. That's fun.
Let's go on board. There have been a few people in chat who've wanted to see Jeremy. So we're going to go on board with Jeremy for this qualifying lap. That's what we're going to do. So Jeremy in the Ferrari coming into the fantastic first sector here in Suzuka. Through the first couple of corners. He runs a little bit wide there, but manages to get the power down nice and smoothly. Now he's into this fantastic S's complex. You've got to be so precise with the steering here. He's not really hitting these apexes, but you kind of hit that one in the left-hander. You don't really want to be touching the curves either, so maybe just a little bit conservative there for Jeremy as he goes around Dunlop now into the front straight. And wouldn't you know it, at the front we have our two Saubers.
Yeah, through the Dunlop. Andy took the lead again. It was Comanzo leading Ruthful through the first sector, and then both of them probably were not as quick as Etney, and that is basically a shame because that's what they needed to do. They needed...
You're quiet again, by the way.
Hello.
There you go.
That's what they needed to do. Lock out the front row for RCR, and then...
Oh, what happened to Etney? What happened to Etney? Something happened to Etney. He's all the way down in P5. Now he's P4.
Oh,
we're heading up.
I have no idea.
Well, Copy, looks like you might get pole again for the second race in a row. We're going to catch the end with Etney as he goes through the final chicane.
Oh, he's
Did he cut the chicane?
basically side by side.
Close of it.
Oh.
And Comanzo is in there too. So there's the at the line. Copy takes it by just over a tenth of a second with a 1 minute 27.3. Comanzo P2 on a 27.4, and then comes Etney in P3. So once again, Sauber driver, well, this Sauber driver in particular, has it all to do. Not quite a 1-2 again, but pretty close.
Okay, Jackdaw guessed for 16.
Oh,
it's not it's not as bad as I expected. I expected like 12. I'm actually 18, but I mean I couldn't blame anyone. So,
16 surprises me. I think you sound older than that. I mean, I'm not in any position to judge because, yeah, A, I'm old, and B, I've heard your voice a lot, so and I know how old you are, so yeah.
Okay, probably just judging anyone who's older or 18 by my voice then. So I guess everyone is 20 now.
Maybe.
I mean, I also thought Cursed was 18 or 17 all the time.
Yeah, well, he's not far off that. He's only got a couple of years to go. He's getting there. So there were the standings. I didn't talk about the standings. I should have probably talked about the standings, but it is Saubers in first and third. Once again, really good showing from those two. Comanzo up in P2, and Light Cruiser having a very good qualifying session as well. Just waiting for drivers to pick their setup and their, well, it's not their setup anymore, is it? It's their strategy, and there isn't really much strategy because it's just a straight one stop.
Exactly. So for the standings, what I was about to say, with Comanzo finishing in third, they basically needed Etney to be further down the order.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's you know, it's anything can happen in the race. But Yeah, Etny needs to... Well, it's 17 points, isn't it, the gap? So Etny needs to finish... what is that? 6th? 5th, maybe? 6th, I think he gets it on countback. So I think he needs to finish 6th to be this tournament champion.
I mean, I've got distant memories to a tournament that was far back, where we had 2 contenders in the final race. One of them was Etny, and one of them bottled it into the wall. Of course, talking about Mr. F1 Game Bad himself, Revo.
Yeah, it's true.
In qualifying, he crashed into the wall, and I think in race as well, so that was pretty anticlimactic. But I mean, nothing is sealed yet. Etny could still lose this, and Smaltino gets disqualified.
Yeah, well, I think we're going to have a good battle. I mean, because Comanzo has shown himself to be really fast.
Yes. In
the races we've had so far, and if not for that glitch in qualifying at Spa, well, I think he would have been right in there.
Yeah, it's a shame, honestly, if Etny wins this one, then at least we don't have to say, oh, but Comanzo would have if it wasn't for that screen style. But that's unfortunate, because it doesn't really most of the times it isn't really related to your gear. It's just F1 game being F1 game, and Codemasters being really masters at coding games. So that's sometimes the reason for freeze, and I'm just going to assume that is what happened. So it's unfortunate that that had such an impact on the championship, while Etny's car didn't get the memo that going through other cars is not nice.
So, for some reason, Tipsy and Effective are both some way off the back of the pack, so we're going to have to wait for them to sort themselves out. I don't know. Revo doing the big thinkos in chat, the big thunkos. The big troll.
Yes, I wanted to say that F1 game is indeed bad.
So here we go then, 13 laps at Suzuka. We got the cars at the back forming up now, and we are going to see exactly who... Yeah, I know I'm in spectator mode, thank you. We're going to see... Can we have a camera angle, please? There you go. There's a camera angle. We're lights out and away we go at Suzuka. And a really good start from Comanzo. He got a very good start and he goes straight into the lead. A very poor start from Copy as Etny takes 2nd place into the 1st corner. And a little bit further back.
Gets punted off by Speedy for a second. They had a bit of
3 wide then. The 2 Mercedes, and one of the Mercedes gets pushed off. That's Anonymous into the wall. And Anonymous goes all the way to the back.
I think Effective. We've lost Anonymous and Effective. I think Anonymous went across track or something.
Oh,
I don't know.
Dear.
I think Effective got wiped out by a Mercedes, but I might be wrong about that. Meanwhile, at the front, Comanzo leading after a really, really good start. Etny being behind in P2, and I mean, he could chill now. But
I don't know if he's going to chill though. Speedy up the inside of Copy, having a good look into the hairpin. Copy just about gives him room. Speedy's exit is compromised, and Copy is going to keep that position at least for the time being. So good stuff from the 2 of them. Speedy though, again, all over the back.
I'm investigating.
As they go through Spoon.
Oh, Bance goes around the outside of Silver there. That looked a bit dangerous, but was fine in the end. He might have got a warning for track extension though.
No. Bance up to P12.
Of the sporting code.
Yeah, he's leading. Well, I guess he's not leading. Speedy is 2 SRL, isn't he? So Speedy's getting some points at the moment if he manages to keep it clean.
That was that way last race as well.
It was.
And I think he just very aggressively.
That was a warning. Yeah, that was a warning for sure across the chicane. I saw that too. So
some might call it a 1x.
So Speedy, yeah, you got a 1x. Speedy following Copy pretty closely as they go into the first couple of corners. Comanzo has a little bit of a lead here from Etny as Speedy makes a little bit of a mistake out of the first couple of corners. Hugo's now all over the back of that Renault in P5. And Comanzo making a little bit of a break. Effective having pitted, I guess, for a new front wing. He's made his pit stop and he has got himself a penalty, unfortunately. He goes on the medium tyre.
Will he get released?
That is a question. But yeah, fortunately he does. We've not had that particular story with anyone in this race, fortunately, as Bance gets himself another position. Bantz just about being given room by Hartzer on the outside there. Good stuff from Bantz though, up to P11 on the super soft tyres. So now his next target is Jason on those softs. Well, back up front. 1.4 now the gap between Kamanso and Etni. Etni not really settled into this race
just
yet.
Off. It's a force in, it's Michael, and that promotes Bantz into the points-paying positions.
Well, he seems to have recovered.
Yeah, he recovered it, but he lost, I think, 4th position.
Did he lose his wing? That's the question. He looks like he's all right to me.
Yeah, he looks all right. I don't think he is anything. He just, I think he oversteered into the inside and then got onto the grass and had to brake there in a massive way to not get it into the wall. I was about to say that Light Cruiser is in the points and Bantz is 11th, so we might see some fun. But
no, Bantz up to 10th now as Hugos has to defend from Ruthful. Ruthful all over the back of Hugos here in the... Well, Ruthful in the Williams, Hugos in the Mercedes. Through the S's they go. And we've got Cozzy and Light Cruiser all over the back of this battle as well. So not really any way past here for Ruthful. He's going to have to wait probably until at least the back straight, and maybe until the DRS zone on the front straight as they go through this sector. But up front again, Etni closing that gap a little bit, but not a whole lot, honestly. The gap up to 1.3 once again as they go down towards Spoon for the 3rd time in this race. Everyone sort of holding station around about a second behind the car in front of them as Cozzy runs a little bit wide on the exit of the first part of Spoon. So he probably got himself a warning for that. I think he was having a look at Ruthful.
In the back, Michael and Smeltin also came together a bit.
Oh dear.
Looked interesting on the intervals, but no one died. But Michael lost
Ruthful down the inside of Hugos. There was a big dive into the chicane and he got the move done. Beautiful pass from Ruthful. Gets himself P5.
Now Hugos will set himself up to possibly take revenge. Where's the DRS measurement? Okay, he's got
Hugos
DRS,
has DRS.
He will pull to the outside. He will try to swing it around the outside off the first turn, but yeah, he just manages to do it before. Exactly, better run out of the last corner, and Michael with a stop-go penalty for speeding. Both Force India cars now with stop-go penalties for that particular circumstance. So not going well for them. Jeremy pitting, Anonymous pitting, Michael pitting.
So Ruthful. Yep, sorry, go on.
3 seconds. At the front, we've got 1.3 seconds between Kamanso and Etni, and then
something happened to Jason. Something happened to Jason. Jason facing the wrong way in Dunlop, and must have spun. Yeah, must have spun. So unfortunate for Jason. He had an incident, of course, in the last race at Spa, and he's had another one here at Suzuka. So on board then with Etni, P2, trying to get in DRS range of the McLaren in front of him. Speedy with a penalty, so 3 seconds for Speedy. We saw him get at least one of those warnings, and he's just got his 3rd one, so Speedy now has got it all to do to try and get himself a gap to the cars behind him. Of course, he's leading that 2 SRL charge.
Well, I think that YouTube account special pointing out Etni might want to save tyres or something. Oh, he gets.
Yeah, he didn't look like he was saving tyres there, did he? As,
I don't know if that was a joke or a good conspiracy. I don't know.
I mean, he might well be doing that. But yeah, he certainly looked like he was trying there, and yeah, he got a tank slapper on the exit of the final corner. As Copy, I'm pretty sure, yeah, he has actually been released from the pit, from his pit box. So Copy on the soft tyres comes out. He comes out all the way down in P14, just in front of the recovering Jason. Meanwhile, this battle for what is now P4 rages on. Hugos, Ruthful, and also Cozzy. WWRL, the lead WWRL driver right now. And Hugos, or Ruthful rather, having to defend from the Red Bull as Cozzy goes up the inside. Doesn't really manage to get it slowed down though. A little bit of contact, but all good. And Ruthful gets the drive on the exit of the corner, but now he's lost a little bit of time to Hugos in front of him. And he's going to have to be looking in his mirrors down this back straight as well, because Cozzy all over the back of him. Penalty for Bantz, unfortunately, so... Oh, and he runs very wide on the exit of Spoon. Yeah, he did. So
Bro, maybe got a penalty on the inside and then took it to the outside of the track. I don't know.
Yeah, very possibly. So the two Haas drivers just behind as well. The two Hartzer and Silva.
Silva moves to the outside, but yeah, there's no...
Oh, Hugo's got a 5 second for exceeding track limits, and also gets himself a pit lane speeding penalty as well. So
no, that might have been some code masters action.
Maybe. So Hugo's his race falling apart.
We've got ourselves a rare exemplar of a draft snake on the start-finish track that now dissolved as Hartzer is on the inside and Speedy is on the outside there. They had a bit of a draft snake. Looked funny.
Okay.
Toshi working behind them for... and he tries to get on the net podium positions.
Yeah, we go on board with Satoshi here, looking at the two Haas drivers. The lead of them, Hartzer, is running second place at the moment, albeit just because everybody has pitted. There's a 15-second gap, of course, between him and the race leader, Kamanso, as Satoshi gets it all wrong on the exit of Degna 2 and just about manages to catch it.
Praxeno might look to the inside. He had a little look, but no chance there for him to get past. But he might set himself up for a move. And we've lost
Smeltino retired. Didn't see what happened to him, and Michael retires as well. So those two are running right at the back. We're going to on board with Cryzino. We've not seen much of Cryzino this tournament, and we're going to see a little bit of him here. He's running up in P5 with the pit stops yet to shake out. Kamanso pits from the lead, so we'll see where he comes out. I imagine it's going to be somewhere around this little gaggle here. These cars between 2nd and 5th position, all running within a second of each other. None of them pit, so we're going to see...
Oh, effective, runs off.
So Hartzer, and Kamanso is behind these cars, so for the lead now, Silva around the outside. Hartzer, a little bit of contact there, but nothing doing for him, and Silva takes the lead. So a 2 SRL driver leads, I think possibly for the first time this evening, and probably for the last time as well, if we're honest, because he's going to have to pit quite soon as Hartzer gets it all wrong in the right-hander, and Satoshi having a good look at the Haas driver, and Cryzino as well, very opportunistically getting himself up into 3rd place as they go into the 2 Degna corners. Good stuff from Cryzino, making himself a position there. Oh, and he almost ran into the back. Oh, and Satoshi up the inside as well.
Very optimistic move. Cryzino might be a bit upset with Satoshi there. Now they are running towards the Spoon corner, but yeah, Cryzino will probably try to get a better exit onto the back straight instead of trying anything in Spoon. Satoshi also has a look on Hartzer there.
Yep, penalty for Anonymous, running all the way down in P16, unfortunately. Meanwhile, behind them, Kamanso is going to, as Satoshi once again goes up the inside of Hartzer. Kamanso is going to get held up by this, and Etney is only 1.2 seconds behind him. So we are coming into a very interesting part of this race. End of lap 7. Are any of these cars going to pit? If they're not, that is terrible news for Kamanso. So 2 of them do, or in fact 3 of them do, as Hartzer now leads this race. He stays out on those soft tyres, and Kamanso wasn't able to clear him. So Kamanso now is going to come under serious pressure from the Sauber of Etney behind him, because he's going to have to stay behind Hartzer all the way through this little complex.
And Etney obviously going faster than Hartzer at the moment due to tyres.
Oh, all the way around the outside in the right-hander. Oh, he just about gets that done. Good stuff from Kamanso. But the thing is, Etney will be able to pass as well, I believe.
Hartzer just did a massive job. Maybe he got a call from James, I don't know. He did a massive job for his fellow SLR driver, Etney TRN, because he didn't lose the second while Kamanso was properly backed off into Etney.
Yeah.
It's half a second with 6 laps to go.
Yeah, so now the battle very much on between these 2 drivers, and we've seen these 2 be very close in pace all the way through this tournament. They battled at Silverstone, of course, that we didn't get to see them battle at Spa because of Kamanso's qualifying, but now we are going to get to see them battle at Suzuka. They are on essentially identical tyres. Kamanso's are 1 lap younger, which might make a little bit of a difference, but we are going to see a battle.
I've got the information from Smeltino that he just had a bad setup. Maybe he just didn't have one preset, or I don't know. He just didn't have a good setup, and he was just all over the place and decided to retire himself in the end because he didn't see the opportunity to get himself anywhere realistically in the race. And now Copy is on the main straight. He will try to have a look around the outside of Speedy, and so he does. Will he hold on to that? Speedy now on the inside for the late apex of the corner. They are side by side for the S's now.
Oh,
and oh no, backing out by Copy there. I don't know. Speedy could.
Yeah, it was a squeeze from Speedy, wasn't it?
And Copy also really in a dangerous spot there. So
yeah, absolutely.
A bit of a rough maneuver.
So Speedy up onto the podium.
Etney is not as close to Comanso as you would think. He is rather losing out to maybe DRS, maybe on the straights he will succeed again. Yeah,
maybe he might just be holding station, waiting for the end of the race. Of course, he will win the tournament if he stays in the position he's in at the moment. So it might be that he is just sort of waiting that out and happy to let Comanso have the position for the time being at least.
Light Cruiser and Vance are having some side-by-side action. A bit of wheel banging going on there out of the hairpin. Now through 200 out towards the spoon corner. Light Cruiser will keep the inside, and Vance yields and backs out of it.
Good stuff from the two of them. Yeah, that's for P8 and 2SRL. Well, at the moment, it's looking like they're going to get some points, which is what we wanted to see. We didn't want to see one of the leagues marooned on 0 points. So good stuff from 2SRL. Speedy at the moment getting himself a podium. Yeah, it's a good jinx, isn't it?
Yeah, especially with Copy trying to steal that podium from Speedy now.
Yep. Well, Speedy has managed to stay ahead.
Second at the top again.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I imagine Etney is waiting. I think he's either waiting for a mistake or he's waiting for just to finish in second because he wins the tournament. I imagine he'll want to win all three though.
That would be cool.
He does look like he's trying.
Before the race, when we were private, now the hairpin. I think Etney had a nice
you're quiet again.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, much better, much better. Now he's very close, Etney, as he goes through the left hand, the double left-hander at spoon, and now Comanso is going to be under some pressure because he's got a Sauber breathing down his neck, much as Thimo was breathing into the microphone just now. And it's okay, I'm only joking. Now around the outside into the chicane, side by side, as Etney tries to get late on the brakes. Just about manages to get it closed off, but he's not going to have DRS, of course, for the front straight either. Comanso is going to have that advantage, and these two are going to be battling, I think, for a little while longer. Crossing the line, starting lap 11. Comanso around the outside in turn 1. They're going to be side by side. They're not going to be side by side because Comanso is ahead as he goes into turn 1, just barely ahead. You don't want to be behind, or you don't want to be ahead rather, out of the chicane, because it is such an advantage to have DRS on this racetrack. So good stuff from the two of them.
Yeah, really nice scrap, and that definitely shows that Etney has not got the intent to just stay behind and wait and maybe get the binoculars out and have a look at Comanso while he drives towards the victory. He wants that hat trick, basically. Yep. He showed that good here.
He certainly does. There is a what you might refer to as a gaggle of cars running between 8th and 11th at the moment, headed by Satoshi, the WWRL driver, and side by side behind as Silva has to defend from, or Light Cruiser rather has to defend from Silva out of the Degna, and again side by side into the hairpin as Light Cruiser again covering the inside, having to defend, but Silva has the run on the exit. Maybe now the Haas driver can get the advantage as nope, he doesn't. In fact, he's going to lose out to his teammate as well. Hartzer able to get the pass done. And a little bit further up the road. Going to cut away from that just for a second. In fact, we're not. We're going to go back to it because they're still side by side. Light Cruiser running onto the grass a little bit. Hartzer managing to pass the pair of them. He is on the better tyres than compared to Light Cruiser as they head into the chicane. Still side by side. Good stuff between the two of them. Very respectful.
Copy spins out Speedy!
Oh no, they're both off. Wow.
Oh,
Oh, what on earth happened? They both crashed.
Landed down the inside, and yeah, I don't know whose fault it was. I don't know if any did leave enough room for the others, for the other guy. I didn't see it. I just saw the result, and that was Copy basically shoving Speedy towards the grass and backing off himself. So
well, Speedy is
at a disadvantage, and Speedy out of the podium position because I mean we jinxed him. So
yeah, Speedy has been in the wars in this tournament, hasn't he? He's had several things happen to him. He's been fighting tooth and nail, and yeah, that does mean that Ruthful now is on the podium for RCR as Jason gets himself a penalty. He's all the way down the order though, unfortunately. Had another unfortunate race despite having really good pace. But Hugo's now putting a little bit of pressure on Speedy as well for P5, as up front we're going to see the two drivers who have pretty much dominated this race start their last lap. Etney with a penalty. Oh, does that end the race? Does that end the race as a contest? It might. Oh, Hugo's retires. What happened?
What happened to Hugo's?
What on earth happened to Hugo's?
Oh, he butted into the wall.
Oh, into the wall. Exit a spoon. Oh, rip Hugo's.
Oh, no. And Light Cruiser and a silver Light Cruiser and Bance is still having a scrap. Never mind, Bance is out of the scrap. I just had a bit of an interval like to me. Craigzino also trying to get that sweet point.
Three of them absolutely together.
So Craigzino wants to get on the board as well, pretty badly. Speedy trying to double the points he was taking home for 2-0 in this tournament by attacking for P9 against Light Cruiser.
So yeah, big battle here, but up front, I mean, we're gonna have a look at see what's happening up front, but I don't think Etney can win this here unless something pretty incredible happens, because Comanso does not, as far as we are aware, have a penalty, and Etney does. So it looks like it's not going to be 3 out of 3, but it is going to be the overall tournament victory for Etney, the individual tournament victory for Etney, and
yeah, that's
almost certainly as well the team trophy for SLR, because they had a very large lead.
Though they didn't get onto the board as good as in the last race, Spa basically just won it all. They had a 50-point advantage. Now we've got yellow flags, it always bugs me a bit. Nothing happened, so Light Cruiser, Silver and Craigzino are probably the last battle group that are doing interesting stuff on track. Light Cruiser with a bit of a gap now, so he might...
And out of the last corner and over the line for the race win goes Comanso. Good stuff from him. The McLaren driver coming back after the unfortunate qualifying events at Spa and putting in an extremely good shift at the front of the field here at Suzuki. He wins the third race, and in fact there are two RCR drivers on the podium.
Silver goes off track, and Craigzino will have a look. They have a bit of a...
This is for the last point. Oh, Craigzino almost loses it, but manages to keep it. What's the penalty situation though? In fact, Anonymous loses out, and in fact he loses out to a number of drivers, so Tipsy gets himself a point as well.
2 SRL on the board, man.
Yep.
From 8th to 11th.
Yep, 4 2 SRL drivers scoring points, and in fact Jeremy as well in P11, only a second or so off Tipsy for that final point. So good stuff from 2 SRL, a big comeback from them. But I think the overall winners, in fact I'm reasonably sure the overall winners are SLR.
Yes. And unfortunately, because this took pretty long with the pause, I have to leave you. I'm sorry.
No worries at all. Thanks for commentating, Thimo. It's been fun. And see you next time.
It was a great tournament. So
yeah, it absolutely was.
Cozzy wants to get an interview. That's the last thing that reaches me. Cozzy really wants to get an interview, aka
we will.
Chungus, so yeah.
We will do that then. We
do
will
him the favor.
Absolutely. So
and I will head off. So see you again. And,
all right.
Bye. Sorry again.
Hey, Timo, no worries. So there are the results. We'll get Cozzy in as soon as we can, and we'll also get confirmation of the fact that SLR are the champions of this tournament. So, yeah, Cozzy having a very good race. From 7th on the grid, he finished 4th. And I'm sure he'll have plenty to say about the race and about the racing we've had here today. So there we go. Now then, now you're gonna have to bear with me a little bit here because I've lost my co-commentator, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit for stuff to sort itself out. What have we got? Yeah, we got the total points coming up very shortly indeed. Oh yeah, we had troubles hearing Thimo towards the end of that. He kept going quiet for some reason, so we'll see if we can fix that. All right, let's see if we can get. Yeah, if that's all right, Bance. If you wanna hop in here and yeah, because I'm gonna struggle to do everything myself. Bance, how you doing?
Oh, great. How are you doing?
I'm very. 2SRL scored some points. That's all we can ask for, I think.
No comment on that. Yeah, so yeah, Thimo had to go.
Thimo had to go. Yeah, unfortunately, we overrun a little bit, which is fair enough. We're gonna get the final points very soon. We're pretty sure SLR have won. But yeah, so we're gonna do some. I would. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think they had a 53-point lead, something like that. So yeah, they've.
I mean, I think it was close between 2SRL and SLR today, but you know, we didn't quite make the cut. A couple points short.
Yeah, a little bit. So, oh hold on, man. I've just realised that this is off center as well. Sorry for the DIY stuff on stream, folks. There we go. All right, now we can see the full 2SRL logo and not just the corner of it.
To be fair, with today's tournament -1, I'll be there.
Oh.
Anyways,
it's okay. So
no,
all right.
I'm just joking. It was fantastic. All right. Fantastic.
So the unofficial results, we'll get the official results in a second, but the unofficial final standings: SLR have won on 129 points, RCR are second on 89, WWRL third on 68, and 2SRL bringing up the rear, but still trying very hard, and that's what's important, on 17 points.
Let's go, boys! Let's go.
So we will get official confirmation of that in a second. But in the meantime, should we see if we can drag somebody in here? Light Cruiser, I think, wanted to talk. No, it wasn't Light Cruiser. It was Cozzy, wasn't it? Wanted to talk to us on the stream. He had a fantastic race. I'll message him very quickly. You okay to talk to us quickly? There we go.
Need to message anyone? Oh.
No, I think we're alright. If you can, just as soon as he says yes, if you can, yeah, if you can you drag him in here?
Cozzy?
And, yeah, Cozzy.
Alright,
Hey, Cozzy, how's it going?
Hello.
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good, yeah, not bad, not bad. How was your Suzuka race?
Pretty uneventful, to be honest. Pretty much in no man's land. There were an incident in front of me which promoted me up to 4th. I tried to get 3rd in the end. Penalties didn't become a factor. But yeah, it wasn't that very entertaining, but I'm happy with my consistency and basically not bottling it was the aim. That's exactly what I did.
Yeah, well, we saw a few drivers going off on the first couple of laps, so
yeah.
If you're not one of those drivers, then yeah, that's definitely a good thing. How was your tournament overall? Do you feel like you did yourself and the league justice?
Oh well, obviously being the reigning champions, it's always the aim to retain that crown. Unfortunately, we didn't. The guys at SLR were just too good today, and they fully deserves winning. Hats off to them. We thought we could maybe get RCR at the end. It was 1 point after Spa, but obviously Sam Camantho just had a hell of a race. So deservedly took the victory.
Yeah.
But yeah, WWRL, I'm happy with how we did. I obviously stood a bit of incentive that I actually came first over in the WWRL standings. So
there you go.
Nice, bonus to take. I'm happy with how I went, 5th overall. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting much. 4th, 7th, and 5th. I think. Yeah, I'm unlucky not to get a podium there.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully next time around, that's the aim, to get a podium. Maybe, if I sweat hard enough, maybe a race victory.
Yeah. Well,
Wait,
you can be. Oh, what's up, man?
I just gotta clarify. So I thought this was like golf and least points win. Interesting. I wasn't sure. I think this was rigged. If I'm honest with you. Rematch? No, okay.
Yeah.
So, all right, the points are done, I believe. So I'm gonna look for them. Where are they? Oh, they're here somewhere. Oh dear. Very unprofessional. Apologies, folks. Here we go. Yeah, there's the points. All right, so I'll get those up. But yeah, anything else you want to say, Cozzy?
Not really. Just thanks for setting up the event. It was well organised. Definitely be interested to try again and hopefully better my 5th place.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you've performed really well today, and yeah, thanks for joining us, and good work out there. And yeah, hopefully see you in the next one of these tournaments.
Yeah, good work on the commentary, boys.
Yeah, thanks, man. All right, see you later. Let's drag you back into the other channel. I think I can do that. Oh, there you go.
I got you.
Nice one, thank you. So, all right. So, how do we do this again? We get the image. Oh, let's get this really cool image up first of all, and we're gonna get the final points up imminently. And here they are. Get rid of that. We'll make this a bit smaller so we can see everything. So here we go. And they are the final standings. SLR winning by 40 points from RCR. And then WWRL 21 behind. Again, really good showing from all 3 of those leagues, in fact. And then 2SRL tried their very hardest. And
well, I mean,
raced
again,
really
I still
well.
thought that least points is the best. So,
well, I mean, yeah,
I
think least points is the best in everyone's hearts. I think that's the interpretation we can take.
I mean,
from
don't
it.
get me wrong. If we knew that more would be better, we'd add an extra 0 to that score easy. All right. No problem.
So, what else do we have? There we go. Yeah, Ocean has PM'd me that. Fantastic. We are also going to give you the... Oh man, this is so fiddly to do. I wish it wasn't so fiddly. I have to figure out a better way of doing this. But we also have a little screen which is just to show the champions of the league. And... oh my gosh. There we go. He's done it. What a good stream operator. Not really. Absolutely. Apologies, folks. But Extreme Rivals champions. You can see there, SLR with a fantastic win. SLR are the champions. They inherit the crown from WWRL, who won the last one. And they will be defending as we move on to the next F1 tournament, which I'm sure won't be too far in the too distant future, because I think this event has been a big success. We've had no major bugs. We've had one or two minor things that affected a couple of our drivers, but for the most part the racing was good. Well, I mean, yeah, Bantz in Spa was very unfortunate.
Oh no, I'm not talking about myself specifically, but we'll leave that out of the... But yeah, no, it was good, you know. It was fun.
It was fun. I had fun. I hope you guys watching had fun as well. And we'll be back for the next one. Of course, remember, we got the season finale tomorrow of SLR at Abu Dhabi, and then the season finale of 2SRL on Sunday. Join us for those 2 races, and keep your eyes peeled as well on the EGL Discord for info for the next tournament. But I think for this broadcast, that'll do it.
Just before you sign off,
yeah.
Can I just say thanks to all the leagues for joining, all the drivers, all the admins. Been brilliant to work with. Great. Really enjoyed watching that stream. Hopefully I'll make the next one. Be able to represent my league. But too bad. 2SRL on those 17 points.
Thanks for mentioning that. I appreciate it.
I was really rooting for you in that last one. You did well. No, but good job, everyone. I was really impressed, and hopefully we'll bring it back again, bigger and better. And
absolutely,
cheers.
well said. And yeah, that's well said. Thank you to everyone, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks everyone for watching, and yeah, let's join us tomorrow and Sunday for those 2 races. Bye.